Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we'll be doing a 6-month review of the Nexus 7, and it's not that good. Stay tuned. So I was like relatively happy with this thing up until about a month ago, and then I started having a problem, and that's Carson moaning back there. And I started having a problem, and if you look up on Google, use Google, you could look up Nexus 7 screen lift or screen rise or screen separation, and you'll see that the internet is littered with this. Well, there's a defect in some Nexus 7s, and I'm the unfortunate owner of one of them. So basically what happens is the screen on the lower left hand side starts coming out. It rises above the rim here, and in my case it actually cracked, and we'll be taking a closer look at this. But I want to go ahead and describe my calling in for warranty work on this, because it's quite funny actually in retrospect, but it wasn't funny at the moment. So 2 nights ago, I had tried to call ASUS, and I had to, you call them up, and then you got to hit 2, and then you got to hit 4. You get through the threat matrix of phone answering crap, and finally, I got somebody rather quickly. I can't complain about that, and they spoke perfect English. It sounded like they were here in the U.S. They weren't in a different country trying to serve U.S. customers, and it's hard to understand. So that was good too. And I went through describing the problem and all this stuff, and they basically said, oh, well, our RMA system is down. So RMA is return something authorization, return for maintenance authorization or something like that. You Google it, RMA. So anyway, I said, well, when is it going to be up? And they said, oh, about an hour. So about an hour later, I call them up again. I get through right away, and they say, hello, what's your name? You want to start taking information? I'm like, hold it. Is your RMA system up? And they're like, no. I said, well, it's been an hour. I said, call back an hour. Well, it's still down. We don't know when it's going to be fixed. So I try again in a half an hour, same thing. So fine. So the next morning, remember I'm on the East Coast, it was around 7 o'clock, I called again. And this time I got somebody who spoke, English was not their native language. So I guess at certain times of the day, they might use a service center somewhere outside the U.S., which makes sense, because it was 7 o'clock Eastern time, is kind of early for people to come to work. Some people here. Excuse me. So anyway, I described the problem and everything, and he goes, okay, we'll do the RMA, and then he asked for a serial number, and I'm like, your device doesn't have a serial number on it. Well, do you have the box? And I'm like, I bought this 6 months ago, and I buy a lot of junk, and if I kept the boxes to it all, I'd have a house full of boxes. So I do not have the box. So how do I get the serial number? So then he's like, well, hold. And he's like probably asking somebody. So anyway, he comes back and he says, well, we're going to have to give you a out-of-warranty RMA. And I'm like, oh, no, you're not. Because this thing is 6 months old. And even if I did, I don't even have a receipt. But the thing is, this thing hasn't been being produced for a year. So obviously it has to be, within the 1-year warranty. It's only been made for 8 months. So I'm really getting really pissed off. And he goes, well, nothing I could do. Let me talk to, hold on a minute. And he goes off again. He comes back. He's like, well, I have to give you, no, that's unsatisfactory. I'm going to be doing a video about this. So anyway, while I'm arguing with the guy, I take my claws and I grab the back and I dig my hand into the back and I rip it off. Now, before I did this, by the way, I asked him, is the serial number inside this device? And he goes, no, it's not. Well, where is it? Yeah, there we go. Right there. Mr. ASUS phone guy. It's inside the cover. I was so pissed off to go through all of that. And I didn't want to open this up because, it better not void the freaking warranty. But if I didn't open it up, they would have gave me a voided RMA anyway. So anyway, basically the back comes off rather easy, just like a cell phone. You just sort of pry the back off there, and it comes off. You start from the top and work your way down. You could use those special tools, or if you have some nails, you just work your finger in right there in the crease, and you could sort of yank that sucker off. So anyway, I want you to take a I'm going to bring you in and we'll take a close look at the screen rise and the crack. By the way, before sending it in, I went ahead and luckily the screen was working enough where like the touch part doesn't work down here, but it does work here. So I had to turn it sideways, and I was able to get into the menu and do a factory reset because I don't want them to have my personal information. So anyway, let's take a close look, and I'll show you what the screen separation looks like, and then the crack, and then we'll wrap this up. So what you're looking at is the ASUS on the left side edge. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in right where that crack is starting. And you can see how it's raised up slightly above the rim there. It's actually, okay. Now what I'm going to do is just slightly press it and you'll see it go down. You see how it went down? You can't see that crack anymore, which is, right there. See that? So what happens is it raises up. And actually before it cracked, it was raised up even more. But I guess by cracking it sort of relieves some pressure somewhere. And you can see the crack right there. It's a little dusty now. I'm still cleaning the thing. But you can see it's cracked there. And you can see it didn't get any kind of impact in any way. It's just a little bit of thing. It's a stress type of crack. And again, you can see how it's raised up right there. Again. Come on. Anyway, you can see it's raised up right there. I'm going to push it back down. Where'd it go? There we go. You can see how it went down. You can't see the crack anymore. So again, it's off to ASUS. Now I'm sending it back to ASUS. ASUS is the company that manufactured the Nexus 7. Now, if you bought this product from Google off of Google Play on their system, then you call Google, and they have a special number that you call to deal with it. Now, I didn't buy mine on Google. I bought it at Staples, and I never pay for those warranties that they try to sell you. I mean, the thing comes with a manufacturer warranty, and that's what I did. So I had to contact ASUS. So I got my box. I wrote the ASUS Service Center. You had to do attention RMA department, write the RMA number on the outside and the address, and I gotta still put my address on there. You have to fill out the RMA form that they emailed me, and you have to state whether it has the battery, AC, and I think they preferred not to have all the additional accessories if I read everything correctly. They wanted the operating system password. I said no because I factory reset it. And then permission to recover operating systems. And I wrote no because guess what? I factory reset it. Then I put a description, basically the same thing that I told you. I put here, signed it, and dated it. And they say to wrap it in 2 inches at a minimum of bubble wrap to keep it safe, and we'll go ahead and pop it in the box. And you want to send it via some way that it can be tracked, so you know that it arrived there, so that they can't say it got lost. So I'll go ahead and do a follow-up video when I get it back, and we'll see if I'm still happy with with everything once everything is said and done. But right now, I had highly recommended the Nexus 7, and I really was very happy with it. Unfortunately, I got one of the ones that were in the bad lot that had this known defect, and it's kind of disappointing because I didn't just really want to like it. I really did like this product over any other tablet, and even to this day, as far as 7-inch tablets are concerned, I still like this thing, but I'm going to take a point away from it. I really highly recommended it, so I don't know. We'll see how everything is once everything is said and done. So thank you very much for joining me here at the Gibb Session channel. I really appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you. And I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.